Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11 coming to you live, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was rainy. That summarizes it, rainy. Well, it didn't rain on Wall Street, however. It was lovely. The sun was shining on Wall Street, at least metaphorically speaking, because it had a celebration. It celebrated the end of the sell-off, which happened on Friday, the start of a new bull market that's going to take us to new highs. What a difference a day makes. Look at Amazon, the biggest loser amongst the FANG stocks, was up some 5% today on Cyber Monday, when I'm sure they were overswamped with orders. Amazon has a great business, even though technically it's in a bear market, and I don't like the chart. I'm still maintaining a small position on Amazon, and I closed most of my position, but I started a little bit, a small one recently, another small one, and we'll see where it goes. I don't have a definite target. I'm looking for, well, when we look at the charts, I'll tell you what I'm looking for. And also Apple, I still have a small position. I'm not thrilled with the tariffs, 10% tariff on iPhone, but I'm sure that Trump will make a deal with the Chinese. That, what is it, next week sometime? Towards the end of the week, I think. So, I mean, he is a deal maker. He is a deal maker, and he has to come away with a deal. Otherwise, politically, he's going to look bad. The Chinese are going to be tough to negotiate with because they are an autocracy, last I checked. They are not going to be thrown out of office if they engage in trade wars that hurt the economy. However, the Republicans and Donald Trump have to be a little more careful, because they could be thrown out of office during the next election if they don't settle this trade war thing, because that alone could put us into a recession down the road. So let me reiterate that the trade wars, I believe, will be settled. I believe there'll be an agreement, and I believe Donald Trump will come away looking good, one way or the other, which is also good for the stock market, which is also good for Apple. In the interim, I'm afraid that I have to go along with the thinking on Wall Street and what happened after hours, the sell-off that occurred after hours of about 3 points. I think Apple is short-term heading lower. I don't like it because I do have a position in Apple, but what are you going to do? If it goes lower, maybe I'll buy more. Okay, so before I get to the video tape of the averages and athx, I added a little position today. I'm going to show that. Amazon, I have a position in. Apple, I have a position in. I'm going to show the charts of stocks that interest me because I have positions in them. If you want me to look at the charts of stocks that interest you, please leave comments, and I promise to try to do it. Okay, without further ado, I hope that you looked at my midday video where I talked about the end of the sell-off and why I think we had an ABC correction in the Dow and the S&P, and are now in a we now finished a wave 2 down, starting a powerful wave 3 up. So let's look at these charts. Of course, do your own due diligence. Dr. J's opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Occasionally, I do have good ideas, and if you want to follow at your own risk. So let's take a look. And also, if you like this video, please share it. Please subscribe. Okay. You should be seeing my screen right now. Let's start with the Dow first. As I said in my midday report, the Dow completed an ABC correction on 1029. And then you can see the low that I drew on 1029. Then on August the 8th, it finished a wave 1 up, finished a wave 2 down on Friday, and starting a wave 3 up. Now, will the news of the 10% tariff on iPhone kill the entire market tomorrow? I don't think so. I do think Apple will be down, however. So tomorrow, the Dow will have a little bit of a tough time eking out a gain, but I think the direction is clear now. Up. Look at that candle. It's a beautiful, big, fat, green candle with a close at the top of the candle with nary a wick to be seen. I like candles like that. So it's just a picture perfect chart. The only thing you might say is a little questionable is a deep retracement of wave 2. It came very close, 120 points, 150 points from the low of 1029. And percentage-wise, that was probably greater than 90% retrace. But these retraces on wave 2s can be deep. So I'm not concerned about that in terms of Elliott wave theory. Also, we do have a potential, we do have an actual higher low. So it's a higher low than on the 29th. And we have a higher high from the 8th. So we have clearly a reversal of the bearish trend to a bullish trend. And now what I would like to see happen over the next week to 10 days, or possibly longer, is for this August 8th high to be taken out, followed by the all-time high on the Dow to be taken out, which occurred on 10/3. Now, will this all happen in wave 3 up? I think it has that potential. It could be a very, very powerful wave. So yes, it's possible that it could take out the all-time high, and this could happen by the end of the year. We could have a sis boom ba Dow Jones Industrial Average, a djia, yay, yay, yay. A little chant, never hurts. All right, let's look at the next chart. I have a little problem with Amazon and Apple. It's called bear market. They have hit bear market territory. Amazon had a terrific, nice bounce today, coming out of the bear market territory. However, technically, it looks like it's still it just had an upward correction and then a new low, a lower low. So until we get a higher low and a higher high, I'm not ready to celebrate yet on Amazon. Now, if the same thing is true with Apple, which it is, I have a little problem because the charts of the Dow and the S&P are screaming bullish. The charts of Amazon and Apple, not so much. In fact, not at all. Amazon maybe, but not Apple. So I have hopes that Amazon does take out this high on the 8th, which was 1784. If it does that and makes a new high, then I will be officially bullish Amazon. I do expect that to happen, but it may not, because this chart is dubious, somewhat dubious. Let's look at Apple next. Apple is just making one new low after another, one lower low after another, one lower high after another. So I can't be happy with the chart of Apple. And it figures next week, this rest of this week, to make new lows, probably to the 160 area. No, to the 170 area, and possibly even lower to the 160 area. So I'm not happy that I'm kind of in this position, that I speculated a little on Amazon at 200, at 190, at 187, I think. I don't remember the numbers, but I'm losing at this point. I'm a glutton for punishment. I probably will add to my position on the hopes of a China deal being made. Okay, so the fundamentals are overriding the chart for me right now on Apple. I think it's oversold. What does the RSI say? I don't have the RSI. Let me just quickly get the RSI up and take a look at that. I think that's important to look at. Let's put in 70-30. I just want to see if it's in oversold territory. I believe it is, but let's see. Oh, I had the RSI. Oh, now I got it twice, and it's exactly at 30. So it's on the border of being oversold. It's something you rarely ever see with Apple. So that alone is reason to be optimistic. Also, the sell-off after hours was not that severe. Maybe Apple will surprise and not sell off tomorrow. It's unclear. What did we look at? The S&P. The S&P has a similar chart to the Dow with ABC correction, taking us down to the lower to 29th. A strong rally up to the high of the 8th, followed by the downturn all the way back to Friday. And now it looks like the Dow is strong, long green candle starting at wave 3 up. That will make us new highs. That's the hope for the S&P. If by any chance it turns negative and goes below this low, I would say big trouble for the markets. If the S&P or the Dow make new lows lower than the October 29th low. So we have to watch that level very, very carefully. If it does, Dr. J will officially change his optimistic position and become a bit of a pessimist because it would be very bearish on the charts. So sometimes you have to pay attention to the charts. As big an optimist as I am, as big a bull as I am, it might be time to sell half my position if that happens. Across the board, I mean, in everything. So while I have one finger on the sell button, I have another finger on the buy button, which I've been doing, including today. I forgot to show the chart for athx, but I did add today. I added some athx. I already have a huge position in athx, so I didn't add a lot. Why? Because I just had profits that I wanted to reinvest. No other reason. The chart, it was not compelling. It's somewhere midway between its 185 bottom and 210 high in its trading range. That trading range has been going on for over 6 months. So there's nothing to get immediately excited about on athx, but I love the fundamentals of the company. I love the CEO, Gil Van Brocklin. I think it has fantastic potential to be the first really big stem cell regenerative medicine company in the biotech space. So that's it for tonight. I wanted to end on an optimistic note with athx. Of course, do your own due diligence. It's just Dr. J's opinion. I spoke about athx a number of times regarding its fundamentals. So you could look back at some of my videos, or you could do your own due diligence. as to the fundamentals, why I think multi-stem is going to get approved in Japan as the first stem cell company to get into the ischemic stroke area. I don't know what else to call it, area. Anyway, if it does, it's going to be a phenomenal success if it gets approved in Japan. I think US and Europe will follow. That's it for tonight. I want to say shalom. I want to say sayonara. I want to say ciao. Bye all.